Hello everyone and welcome back to the Lion's Den. In this video we are going to have a look at the upcoming Talisman Fever event, which is a opportunity to get talismans that were released before, basically for emeralds. We've had this event before, we had it last month, so if you played last month you should know it, but we're going to have a recap of what you do in the event, how much it costs. We're going to have a look at what the kind of shop's going to look like. And we're also going to compare the first talismans to the ones we're getting this time and see if it's worth it. And we'll see if it's going to be worth your time, basically. So for the beginning, let's have a recap of how you're going to get the currency and when the event's actually happening. So this is the monthly calendar. As you can see, we have the Talisman Fever event from the 16th to the 18th, which is a 3-day event. It's going to run alongside the Way of Honor event, which should have a Salel shop, and it's your basic event we've had loads of times. It will have like artifact weapons and books and stuff, artifacts for honor heroes. There's also going to be like a doll or a coffer, which will get you the soul stones. At least that's normally how it goes, but we'll see what happens. So just a word on the path to greatness, even the Peach event that we've got going on at the moment. Much better than people expected, because of the fact that you can basically get all the Chaos heroes in the shop, which was not expected, to be honest. So really, this whole month is a great way to get loads of heroes. We've got Tristan from the Brawls, we've got Salel from the Way of Honor, we've had Peach and all the other Chaos heroes, and then the Angelic skins, we should have a Tempest shop with Tempest in it. That's the thought anyway. So altogether, it's a really good month for people to get heroes and start building their evolution stars. But let's get on to the Talisman event. Let's have a quick recap of what you're going to do. This is going to be the box we are all going to be clicking on. So the emerald ratio to currency when you spend on the box is about 1-to-1. Not perfect, but near enough. So for every 1 emerald we spend here, we're going to get about 1 currency for the shop. So if a talisman is worth 60,000 in the shop, you're going to have to spend around about 60,000 emeralds to get that. You do get some other stuff, obviously. You can see here some artifacts, some gold, some skin stones. There is obviously another page of rewards. I think one of them is even emeralds, which that's not too bad if you get that in return. It dampens the blow a little bit. So then you're going to get currency for the shop, which is basically going to look something like this. We have 2 talismans at 60k, a couple of 8k ones, and then the rest are 3k, a couple of bits at the bottom, but obviously it's a talisman shop, we want talisman. So like I said, if you're wanting one of the 60,000 emerald talismans, you're going to have to spend about 60,000 emeralds. So it's all going to depend on what you want and if you have enough for it. So what emeralds are we getting this time? Let's have a look. So this is a nice little Excel of the second talismans that we're getting, and we're able to compare them to the first one. We've even got a verdict on the right hand side. I did do this myself, but a phone from the community did a much better Excel version, so much easier to see, much easier to compare. So let's have a look at the talismans that we are going to be getting, and then we're going to compare them to the first. So Fox, honestly, it doesn't really matter. To put it bluntly, Fox is such a niche hero at the moment. Hasn't been in the meta for quite a while. Just doesn't do much of a job that anyone wants. So the crushing health talisman that we're getting compared to the agility and physical attack, it's whatever. If you want it, get it. If not, you can leave it. Ginger, she is getting a crushing and crit talisman. Her first one was agility and armor penetration, which is a pretty decent talisman. You can't really go wrong with that for a physical attacking hero. She's going to need that armor penetration, so again, a very situational one. If you want to get the crushing and crit, obviously you can't go wrong. For crushing, it's the hero does more damage to targets under 50% life. So obviously, if the team is all under 50% life and Ginger does her ult, that's going to do way more damage to the whole team. So if you think about it in that sense, you can kind of see why it's not too bad. But yeah, definitely, as we said, situational in that one. As for Mojo, Mojo is getting armor and magic crit. The first one was intellect and magic attack. The first one, pretty decent, can't really go wrong with that. Mojo needs the intellect, and the magic attack is always good for damage dealers. Armor and magic crit, Mojo of magic crit is nasty. Does a lot of damage, but it's quite situational. On attack, you don't really want crit chance because it doesn't make a consistent line for what you want. For defense, yeah, you want randomness, you want luck to put off attackers. But in general, I think the first one's going to be better for Mojo, especially for like Hydra as well. Consistent damage is going to be a lot better. And on to Luther. Luther is getting a physical attack and toughness talisman. First one was strength and health. Pretty easy, this one. Strength and health for Luther is just better. Toughness is obviously okay. Physical attack, not really for Luther. Being able to take less damage when Luther is under 50% health is great. But with strength and health, he might not even go under 50% health. So, yeah, definitely for Luther, first talisman. As for Peppy, again, a very niche hero, very, very rarely used. So, it doesn't really matter which one you have. Peppy is getting health and magic crit. The first one is int and magic attack. So either one, if you want to get it, if it's going to be the cheap one, I would imagine it's going to be one of the cheap ones. You can grab it. If not, doesn't matter. Helios. Helios is getting magic crit and magic attack, which is two pretty decent ones. Original was intellect and magic penetration. So, I mean, again, situational as we've got on the verdict there. It depends on the situation. Magic penetration is always going to be good for Helios to do more damage when Helios retaliates on crit chances. Magic crit is obviously okay, but again, it adds an RNG element to your attack, so it depends if you want that or not. Me personally, I would have just stuck with the first one, not really sure about second. Then we go on to probably going to be one of the expensive ones, Amira. It's going to be getting armor and magic crit, has intellect and health for the first one. About even, I would definitely agree with that. Magic crit for Amira is obviously very good, but armor is pretty weak for her. So I'm not sure if that outweighs the positives of magic crit. Intellect and health, again, something Amira needs. More health, stay alive, and then she can do damage. So as you can see from the verdict, again, about even. For Orion, one of the only times you're going to see this, toughness and magic attack for the second talisman, has intellect and armor for talisman 1. Again, armor is just pants. Toughness and magic attack, very good for Orion. Going to take less damage and going to do more damage. Definitely talisman 2. This will probably be an 8k one, I imagine. I think that's worth 8,000 emeralds personally. On to Aiden, the last one. Intellect and magic attack was Aiden's first one. Toughness and health will be the second one on Monday. I quite like both. Again, it's going to be situational depending on what you want. Aiden taking less damage and having more health, that kind of is like a double boost. But intellect and magic attack will boost Aiden's skills. So it's a bit of a compromise one way or another. Toughness and health, again, health will help with Aiden's shields because Chaos is all about health and shields. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, not a great batch. A lot of people want the first ones, and this is probably why they are not giving us them. So let's have a quick summary and let's have a quick guess of what they're going to be. Personally, I think Amira and Aiden are probably going to be the expensive ones. They're going to be the 60k ones. Orion and Luther might be the 8k ones, and then I think the other ones are going to be 3k. So if you want to pick up a couple, sure, but I would probably focus, if you want to spend the emeralds, I think Aiden is the better 60k one, and Orion is probably going to be the 8k one that most people should aim for. Apart from that, all the other ones are just if you want to get them. If you don't have one, obviously it's just better to have one. But I mean, Everyone plays differently, everyone likes different things, so I mean, that is up to you. There are 2 more skins that will be available. As you can see, I've put them at the top here because, as I said, I did write a whole list, but the Excel's a lot easier. So these ones are probably going to be on sale. We don't know how much for. I can't remember what the ones were on sale before, how much they cost. But yeah, Oya's going to be getting a physical attack and crushing. Her first one is strength and crit. Personally, both are good for different things. Again, another situational, but I think PA and crushing is really good. Physical attack you can't go wrong with, and crushing, Oya likes to kill things on low life, so crushing is going to help that. So personally, if it's not too much money and it's in your budget, I would get Oya's. As for cleavers, he is getting crushing and toughness, so he's going to be doing more damage to people under 50%, and also going to be taking less damage under 50%. So that's not too bad. But again, personally, I think strength and health, the first one is better. It's just 2 things that Cleaver needs to do damage and to stay alive. So yeah, for me personally, if you can afford Oya, go for it. If it's not like $50, Cleaver, I would stick with the first one. If not, the second one isn't too bad. The last but not least one, the one that I'm going to be getting, so I'll be able to do some testing. Folio is getting a second talisman. We do not know what it is. I don't even have Folio's first one. I think it was health, if I can remember right, which isn't bad for Folio. But yeah, Folio will be a VIP one, so that's going to be pure money. I can't remember how much it is. It's normally like, I'm not even going to guess. I've never bought one, so I can't remember. But yeah, Folio will be the VIP one for the event. And that basically covers all of them, I think. So yeah, I mean, what do you think? Do you think any of me and Phone's verdicts are right or wrong? Do you think some of the first ones are worse than the second ones, so you're going to replace them? I'll say, let me know. Are you going to be hunting for the 60k ones, depending on which ones they are? Not sure. It's gonna be an interesting batch to see who goes where in the shop for sure. But yeah, that is the roundup, I think, of the Talisman Fever event that starts on Monday. Good luck getting it. As always, like and subscribe. I appreciate the support. And I will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.